Hey, I'm back to talk about the 2 weeks down on my 52-week journey without my primary caregiver, my husband, my friend, my love. Oh man, I miss him. I miss him a lot. If you watch my last video, or if you know me, my husband is in the military and he is stationed on the other side of the world without us for 52 weeks, for a whole year. Kids and I could not go with him because of this diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. Now, I was diagnosed almost 17 years ago, and never, not once, have I ever been denied the ability to go somewhere, do something, see something. Like, I've never been denied because of it. But in this case, I was. So I'm trying to understand, like, okay, they want to make sure I can get my medication, and God forbid anything happens, I have a flare and I can't walk or whatever, that I have what I need. But it's just so frustrating because it's so out of my control. I didn't make this condition. I didn't do this. There's nothing I can do there. But also, I can't be like, yeah, I can take care of myself because I. Anyway, that's tough. That's really hard for me to come to grips with, even though I have to. I have to. Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of go mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, just what's going on. Yeah, so let me talk about some things. Emotionally, I'm very lonely. I think it's hard to say out loud, but I am. And I think that in me being lonely, I've got like dipped into this really like depressed state this last week. I think maybe even the week before too, but this second week was just, I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't reach out to anyone. I had a friend who calls me every day. She's amazing. And I'm glad because I wasn't. But was I always truthful about how I was feeling, thinking, doing? No. But did it mean everything that she called? Yeah, absolutely. That friend of my mom called me every day, and I needed it. Also, I was disappointed this week in a major way because, like I said before, I don't ask for help. I don't say, like, yeah, help me with anything. I just don't. But I did. I came out of that, my norm, and I asked for help, and no show. I was disappointed because I said, can you come help me with my laundry? It wasn't about the laundry. Like, I can fold clothes. My kids can fold clothes. It wasn't about the laundry. I needed to talk. I needed a hug. I needed a little more. But I didn't say that because it's hard to say over phone, over text, over Marco Polo, like whatever app that I was using. So no show. That was tough. Very disappointing. And I had to take the trash out by myself, which I had asked before. And I appreciated the apologies that no one showed up, but I don't think people understand. I don't ask for help, and I ask for help because I actually really need it, or I need something else. And it was easier to ask for laundry or trash. So anyway, emotionally, I spent the whole week stopping myself from crying. Like, I would feel it, they'd well up, and I just shake it out and breathe and like move on to something else, and immediately like just not allow myself to cry and feel the feels. I had a moment with my coworkers because they're amazing, but I had to snatch it and just like, okay, moving on, because we had work to do. It was a busy day. So, right, I would just not. And so I felt like this weight on my body, because I also felt like I was mentally, I was stressed. I was so stressed out, which, everything just like intertwined. I was stressed on my kids, acting out like crazy. I lost my watch. Like, I found it now, though. I found it on Sunday. Listen, it was gone for like 2 weeks. Okay, maybe a whole week, just 1 week. But this watch like has brought me so much where I didn't realize, like, security. Like, I feel the reason my husband got me this watch is because I was finding myself having nightmares about not being able to call or contact anyone, or because I left my phone somewhere, or my phone was upstairs and I was downstairs, or I was in public and I couldn't get to my phone. And so this watch, it's one of the watches, you can make calls whether I'm next to my phone or not. And then one of my close friends got me like this health info thing where you can, someone could scan the QR code and know how to help me if I can't talk. If I started having nightmares again about seizing in public again, and my husband was with me this last time, so he was not this last time, the only time I've ever had a seizure, he was there, but I couldn't find it, so I just found it yesterday. Praise the Lord, because yeah, I think that's another reason why I was depressed, because I wasn't leaving the house. I was scared. I was anxious about leaving the house because, God, what if something happened? Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Definitely feeling less. So I was stressed out. My kids were acting out. Right, I just said that they were acting out so badly that, like, to the point, like, they knew that there's a point in the day when I say I'm melting. I melt, and then they know that if I get to a point of melting, I'm not getting up to stop you from throwing a ball that you're throwing in the house. I told you to stop throwing. Or I'm not coming up the steps to run your bath water. You know how to run your bath water. You know how to get in the tub. You know how. I'm not coming over. Like, they were taking full advantage, and it was stressing me out. It made me sad. It made me uncomfortable. Like, so I talked to my counselor because she's amazing. Actually, my husband and I talked to the same counselor separately, and she's really amazing at like keeping confidentiality, even with us being married couple. But when we would do marriage sessions, she was extremely, like, she knows it all. So super helpful. Anyway, we love her so much. We call her Auntie. But Auntie she just said to me, like, okay, did you talk to them? Just don't judge me. I, of course, talk to them, and we have conversations, but she was giving me tools and other ways to discuss with them, processing their feelings and going through this conversation with them in a way that made sense. in a way that they could understand it and I could process as well. So in this conversation, I should do a whole other video about talking to your kids about MS. I'm gonna do that because it was a whole thing. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. But I talked to them, and I essentially and all told them, like, you miss your dad. I miss your dad. I need you. Not I just want you to do good so you can clip up and do well. We have this behavior chart that they requested based off of school, and they wanted to blah 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 to do it at home. And anyway, I explained that to them. It's not because it would be nice if you did what I asked you to do. Like, I need you. We need each other. I want to do more fun, happy things with you, but yes, I can and I want to, but I need you to show up for me too. So listen, I was so mad at myself because I wish I had had that conversation earlier. We just had it on Saturday. Listen, Sunday and Monday have been like night and day, especially for my son, but night and day. My son randomly was like, Mom, do you need a foot rub? I'm like, yeah. He took out the trash, my little Mighty Mouse son. He brought the trash back in, he checked the mail. Like, he's been taking these initiatives to just like do these things that he knows. I'm always like, oh, I gotta go get the trash cans. Oh, I gotta pick up the poop. Outstanding. Truly, just that moment of connecting with the kids. Like, we were clearly disconnected. So connecting was important, was critical. Spiritually, I need to go to church. And I did. I didn't go to church the first week. I can't remember why. I don't remember what happened. Oh, my daughter's birthday party. I went to church this Sunday. Them tears that wasn't coming out all these last 2 weeks. I went to the altar and waterfall. But you couldn't tell me it wasn't just me and God sitting there on the altar, because I cried and I wailed and I screamed and I shared and I was honest and I was also convicted. And I realized, right, I have not been inviting God into my space. I have been trying to do this by myself. Well, not really by myself. I've been asking for help. But either way, right, like without him is my point. Now, I have not entirely tried to do it without him, but I have not allowed him to be my main source. You know what I mean? Like, I have not gone to God in all my ways, acknowledging him, so he'll direct my path. Like, if I just did that in all my ways and not just like here and there, and like, I think I was picking and choosing when I wanted to go to God for something, and when I wanted to go to my mom, and when I wanted to go to Google, and when I wanted to go to ChatGPT, and when I wanted to, like, so I definitely feel spiritually enriched and reinvigorated. Is that a word? It's a word today. I've found myself recognizing that my worship is what did Pastor say on Sunday? Anemic? And I don't want it to be. So rectifying that, making sure God is here all the time. Last but not least, physically, I have been stretching and doing little odds and ends things. And then I was like, you know what? I am going to ChatGPT, who's one of my best friends now, by the way. ChatGPT is going to build me. Listen, let me tell y'all, the prompt was so specific to who I am and what I need. I told it everything. I'm this many years old. I have multiple sclerosis. These are my symptoms. These are my issues. This is when I have a flare, this is what happens. I learned at PT this, and I want to be a bodybuilder and like super flexible in a year. It was like, wow, what great goals. So it created me a balanced bodybuilder and flexibility mobility plan. It's awesome. I just did that today, just because I was like, I'm just doing random odds and ends, like looking up YouTube videos based off of what hurts or what I feel like I want to strengthen. But it's kind of the bomb. And then I said, oh, make me a printable version. Oh, make me like whatever else I told it to do. But it's necessary because I want to be stronger. Notice my right leg was dragging a lot during week 2, but I think a lot of that had to do with the increased stress and fatigue and depression and all that stuff. But yeah, I'll be back to talk about week 3 because it's already getting off to a good start, and I can't wait. I just, was reminded by my boss friend. I call him my boss friend. He doesn't know that, but if he watches this, I was reminded by my boss friend that I want to be perfect, or I want things to be perfect, or I want things to be the way I envision them right away. A lot of people are like that in this like microwave society we live in. It's the process. It's the step by step. It's the you gonna get there, but not the second. So that's week 2 down. And oh man, we'll see what week 3 brings us. Later.